We have Mr. Raghavendran sir joined the call. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Welcome. We are honored to have you here, sir. Thank you. Sir, we will start the program, please, sir.
Yes, ma'am, we can start the program.
Thank you. A happy morning to all of you today present in this meeting. On behalf of RVS Vatmavati School of Architecture, I take great pleasure in welcoming all of you for the inauguration of IGBC Student Chapter, a noble initiative of RVS Chennai Center of Sustainable Studies. And I'm honored to welcome you, sir, Padma Shri Architect C.M. Raghavendran, sir, and Architect Sri Rekha Maulati, ma'am, for the inaugural program. It's so nice of you. In spite of being um so busy, sir had consented to come for the inauguration program. Very much honored, sir. And as the quote says, Dr. Klaus Stoffer states, sustainable development is the peace policy of the future. So, which will hold our world in trust for our children. So, with that quote, let us start the program. And I request our academic innovator, architect Reeves Anthony, to limelight the strides of RVS Ratnaki School of Architecture for our guests and the students. Sir?
Thank you, ma'am. A very good morning to all the dignitaries present today in this event, especially to CNR, sir. You've been a big inspiration to all of us. And also, I would like to thank all the members of IGBC who have consistently throughout. We've been following up constantly and making this happen. So I definitely have to thank all the people behind IGBC. I would like to just speak a few minutes about RVS Chennai Padmavati School of Architecture. Um, Ma'am, can I just share the screen, ma'am?
It's
The
a
screen.
sharing, sir.
So RVS Chennai is also known as the Alternative School of Architecture. We call it the Alternative School of Architecture because we believe that it is important for us to move away from the conventional learning and add more character. So the Alternative School of Architecture is what we call ourselves and brand ourselves because we want to be that alternative school, just like how Montessori school and education system has worked. RVS strongly believes in 5 pillars of education. The first pillar of education is called the School of Change. School of Change is our approach in architectural education to change the way we have been learning, teaching, experiencing architectural education altogether. And we believe through the School of Change, we try to innovate the academic platform that we all have learned from and grown from. After School of Change, we have the second most important pillar called the Live Project, which has got 2 wings, build and design. In the pillar, we make sure students work in one construction site project, directly involved in building it for at least 1 month or 3 weeks to 4 weeks in one academic year. So this gives them the first-hand exposure of being able to build a project. The third wing we have today is called the Summer Winter School, which is a travel-based learning program where students get to travel across the country, across the globe, work with renowned architects, and learn from them directly first. And so we have worked with architects like Neelam Manjunath and Himanshu Patel and architect Sushant Verma and architect Gerard Dakuna in Goa and so many places because we strongly believe that travel is the essence of architectural education. The fourth pillar that we focus ourselves is called the Vertical Studio, where RVS as an institution has been able to collaborate with so many different institutions across the country and also trying to evolve globally. But there is a student exchange program between these institutions. So students definitely try to make sure that they develop new ideas and understand new avenues. We have institutional collaborations with many colleges across the country. So we try to make it a point that in the exchange program, quick design projects and programs happen. The fifth and the most important pillar is called the finishing school, under which so many new and other activities come into picture, mainly because we want the students to be prepared to the market. This gap between academics and the practice school, gap, a bridge we have created the strong pillar called finishing school, which makes the students to be industry ready, market ready, and future ready. And in this finishing school, we teach them a lot of different softwares and initiatives. In this part, we have also created a sustainable nature campus, which is our dream to convert our entire architectural campus into a nature campus, showcasing every kind of material and every kind of idea that we have. This is a place where the students directly get to interact and learn and build with their own hands in our entire campus. So this is another venture we have created. The next thing we would like to show is called Vidai. The importance of agriculture has to be integrated with architecture. So we have dedicated around 1.5 acres of land specifically for practicing agriculture within our campus. Along with this program is just not for RVS, but it's also for all the institutional collaborations that we have across the country. So agriculture and architecture comes together at the RVS campus. And we focus a lot on Tamil landscapes, where we recently also had a trip called Mullai. So travel theme studios in our studio, we make sure students travel, understand Kurinji, Mullai, Marudam, Neidal. In the ella landscapes, personal first hand experience panni, they would have developed it and they would have been able to create it. So that is another strong point. So I would like to hand the event over to our principal, ma'am. As ma'am will be giving us a small brief about the vision and mission. This is a small idea that we have created, and these points make us the alternative school of architecture. And we are a very young and dynamic institute, trying to do different things, trying to be very experiential, breaking the the system that we have. So I'm very happy and proud to be a part of this event and being able to do this. And thank you, Kanimani ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Very happy and intellectual good morning to the senior person, sir, respectful sir, and you are the real mentor and giving a godly figure in this architectural professional practice for the young people like us. And very good morning to ma'am and all the team members in our college and the attendees too. So when we talk about the architecture, we all very well know that it cannot be taught, it can be only shaped, because that too in the Deccanல பிறந்தவங்க எல்லாருக்குமே ஜீன்ஸ்லவே the architecture அப்படிங்கிறது இருக்கிறது தான். ரைட் ஃப்ரம் தி கவுடன் போட்டு ஃப்ளோரிங் பண்றதுல இருந்து இன்னைக்கு ஒரு லேட்டஸ்டான டீகன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் டெக்னாலஜியை எடுத்துட்டு வர வரைக்கும். பட் லைக் கொரோனா இது வந்து டெக்னாலஜியை பேஸ் பண்ணியும் பீப்புளோட கல்ச்சர் அண்ட் பீப்புளோட பிஹேவியரல் பேட்டர்ன் அண்ட் நீட்ஸ் எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷன்ஸை பேஸ் பண்ணி மியூட்டேட் ஆகிட்டே இருக்குது. ஸோ அந்த மியூட்டேட் ஆகிற ப்ராசஸ்ல நம்ம காலேஜில் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுக்குற எஜுகேஷன் சிஸ்டம் டு அப்ரோச் தி ஆர்கிடெக்சரல் ப்ராக்டிஸ் அண்ட் அதோட எஜுகேஷன் சிஸ்டமே வந்து பார்த்தாக்கா இவங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு கரேஜியஸையும் ஒரு பேசிக்ஸையும் சொல்லி கொடுக்குற விஷயமா வந்து இன்னைக்கு டிமாண்டிங்கே அந்த மாதிரி இருக்குது. ஸோ இதை வந்து பேசிக்கா ஹைலைட் பண்ணிட்டு சேம் வே அண்ணா யூனிவர்சிட்டி ஆர் த யூனிவர்சிட்டிஸ் ப்ரிஸ்கிரைப் பண்ற சிலபஸையும் வி ஹாவ் டு லைக் இன்க்ளூட் இன் த ப்ராசஸ் ஆஃப் தி டீச்சிங். ஸோ எங்களோட விஷன் அண்ட் மிஷனே வந்து மெயினா ஸ்டூடெண்ட் இன்னைக்கு உள்ள அடாப்டபிலிட்டிக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி அவங்கள தகவமைப்பு பண்ணிக்கிறதுக்காகவும், ஸோ அவங்கள ப்ரிப்பரேஷன்ஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறதுக்காகவும் அதுக்கு தேவையான டெக்னிக்கல் சப்போர்ட்டும் இருக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக ஒரு சிச்சுவேஷன்ல தான் எங்களை டீமே ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் சொல்லி கொடுக்குற டீமே வந்து பார்த்தாக்கா பேசிக்ஸ் வந்து பிரின்சிபிள்ஸ் ஆஃப் ஆர்கிடெக்சர் அண்ட் அப்ளிகேஷன் பார்ட் ஆஃப் இட், அதுக்கு பேசிக்ஸ் சொல்லி கொடுக்கறதே வந்து பார்த்தாக்கா ஒரு நல்ல சீனியர் ஸ்டாஃப் அண்ட் மாடர்ன் டெக்னாலஜி அண்ட் அது அப்ளிகேஷன் பார்ட்டை சொல்றதுக்காக ஜூனியர் ஸ்டாஃப்ஸ், பிராக்டிசிங் சைட்ல இருந்து அதை எப்படி டிரான்ஸ்ஃபார்ம் பண்றது டுவர்ட்ஸ் த கிளைண்ட்ஸ் நீட்ஸுக்கு அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக ஒரு பிராக்டிசிங் ஆர்கிடெக்ட். இந்த மாதிரி தான் எங்களோட ஸ்டூடியோஸையவே வந்து செட் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கோம். ஸோ இதுல வந்து அகடமிக் கோஆர்டினேட்டர் ரிவிஸ் சொன்ன மாதிரி இந்த ஸ்கூல் ஆஃப் சேஞ்ச் அப்படிங்கிற ப்ரோக்ராமே வந்து பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா நம்ம எப்படி வந்து டோட்டலா அவங்களுக்கு அந்த அகடமிக்கை வந்து இன்னோவேட்டிவா அப்ரோச் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கான ஒரு மைண்ட் தாட் ப்ராசஸ் ஏன்னா மாறிக்கிட்டே இருக்குது. அதனால அண்ட் செகண்ட் திங் திஸ் சம்மர் வின்டர் ஸ்கூல் அப்படிங்கிற ப்ராசஸே வந்து ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு உள்ள எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கரிக்குலர் ஆக்டிவிட்டிஸை வந்து டெவலப் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிறது மெயின் தாட் ப்ராசஸ். அண்ட் இது எல்லாமே அகடமிக் சைட்ல நடந்தாலும் லைவ் ப்ராஜெக்ட்னு ஒருத்தர் சைட்டுக்கு வரும் பொழுது இன்ஜினியரிங் சப்போர்ட்டிங் இல்லாம அந்த ஆர்கிடெக்சரை வந்து எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ண முடியாதுங்கிறதுக்காக பேசிக்கான அந்த எல்லா விதமான ஒரு சாயில ரீட் பண்றதுல இருந்து சர்வேயோட அனாலிசிஸ்ல இருந்து ஸோ ஸ்ட்ரக்சரல் அண்ட் எம்இபிஎஸ்எலோட அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் எல்லாம் எப்படி வந்து ஆர்கிடெக்சரல் டிசைன் ப்ராசஸை கிரியேட்டிவிட்டியை அது வந்து ஹிட் பண்ணுதுங்கிறதுக்காக we are taking the live projects for the students. They have to touch and feel the either mud irukattum, bamboo irukattum, whatever the material, rubbish clear off பண்றதா இருக்கட்டும், they have to feel it. Then only they can understand the masonry oda work என்ன மாதிரி இருக்கும் அப்படிங்கிறது. ஸோ அதனால we are taking compulsorily the students for the live projects. அதோட இல்லாம நம்ம ஊருக்குள்ளவே இருக்கிற கிளைண்ட்ஸ் ஒரு இந்த ஒரு ரீஜனலிஸ்டிக்காவே இருந்து பழகுற மாதிரி இல்லாம ஏன்னா 40 ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் they may fly off to வேரியஸ் கல்ச்சுரல் பேக்ராப்ல இருக்கிற லொகேஷன்ஸுக்கு. ஸோ அதனால இந்த வெர்டிக்கல் ஸ்டுடியோஸ் அப்படிங்கிற ஃபோர்த் பில்லர் வந்து பார்த்தாக்கா விச் இஸ் கிவிங் அ வெரி ஃபினாமினல் வே ஃபார் தெம் டு இன்டராக்ட் அண்ட் லேர்ன் அண்ட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் தி அதர் கல்ச்சர் ஆல்சோ. ஸோ அதில் வந்து என்ன செய்வாங்கனாக்கா வேரியஸ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸோட மற்ற காலேஜஸ்ல இருக்கிற ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸோடையும் அவங்க மிங்கிள் ஆகும்போது தே கேன் கெட் த திங். புது புது இன்ட்யூஷன்ஸ் வந்து அவங்களுக்கு கிடைக்குது. ஸோ இது எல்லாமே முடிச்சுட்டு when they go out they have to undergo the process of the architecture அதை பில்ட் பண்றதுக்கு. ஸோ ஃபினிஷிங் ஸ்கூல் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு கான்செப்ட்ல அவங்களுக்கு தேவையான சாஃப்ட்வேர்ஸ், அவங்க வந்து எப்படி கிளைண்ட் அப்ரோச் பண்ணணும், ஸோ ஒரு ப்ராசஸ் வந்து எப்படி எடுத்துட்டு போகணுங்கிறதுக்கும் we are giving them training with the practicing architects through. These are all the basic way we do have our process. இதுல being a lady principal அப்படிங்கிறதுனால obviously it's a family. So the businessல இருக்கட்டும் இல்ல ஆர்கிடெக்சரல் ஸ்டூடியோ பிராக்டிஸா இருக்கட்டும் இல்ல ஒரு கிளைண்ட் அப்ரோச்சா இருக்கட்டும், டிசிப்ளின் இஸ் வெரி வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். வீட்டில் இருக்கிற டிசிப்ளின் தான் வந்து காலேஜ்ல படிக்கிறப்ப வரும். படிக்கிறப்ப இருக்கிற டிசிப்ளின் தான் நாளைக்கு ஆஃபீஸ்ல ஒரு பேப்பரை டாக்குமெண்ட் பண்றதுல இருந்து ஸோ அதை வந்து அவங்க ப்ராப்பரா எடுத்துட்டு போயிட்டு அந்த ஆர்கிவ்ஸ் மெயின்டைன் பண்ற வரைக்கும் அஸ்பிலிட்டி டிராயிங் முடிக்கிற வரைக்கும் தே ஹாவ் டு ஹேவ் த டிசிப்ளின். ஸோ அந்த டிசிப்ளின்ல ரொம்பவே ஸ்ட்ரிக்டா இருந்துட்டு இருக்கும். அண்ட் செகண்ட் திங் வந்து பார்த்தாக்கா த்ரூ த திங் செல்ஃபா எப்படி எம்பவர் பண்ணிட்டு எனர்ஜெட்டிக்கா அவங்க வந்து இந்த ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ் ஹேண்டில் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிறது வரைக்கும் we are taking care of the process of the education. This is the small brief about our education. Same thing ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸும் சரி எல்லா ஸ்டாஃப்ஸுமே இதே ஒரு விஷயம்ல தான் இருக்கிற மாதிரி தான் எங்களோட டைரக்டர் அண்ட் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் இது எங்களுக்கு இன்கல்கேட் பண்ணிருக்கு. இட்ஸ் in the blood itself, always blood itself. இப்படிதான் நம்ம ப்ராசஸ் பண்றோங்கிறது. ஸோ இந்த இடத்துல ஒரு மென்டரா ரொம்ப சீனியர் பர்சனா சார் வந்து இருக்கிறது வந்து we feel very proud at this moment. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, ma'am. This opportunity to take a part with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. May I now request our Dean, Architect Binu Xavier, sir, who is the visionary behind this program and who had laid the foundation for the initiative of training students in IGBC and to create a sustainable architecture of the entire building. So I request Mr. Binu Xavier, sir, to highlight about the Center for Sustainable Studies and this IGBC program as such. Sir, Binu, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Respected and distinguished Padma Shri and Raghavendran sir, Chairman of IGBC Chennai chapter, Ms. Rekha Maulati, IGBC Councillor, a principal and other delegates of the meeting. It's a great moment for me to proudly talk about RVS Chennai's Center for Sustainable Studies on this online virtual platform. We at RVS Chennai aim at promoting sustainable education and research through the 5 pillars of RVS, as Mr. Reeves was talking about. Sustainability is no more a thrust, but rather a style and vogue, need of the hour and order of the day. We, the fraternity, have the responsibility to pass the baton to the next generation of architects and produce architects who live sustainability rather than practice. We at the Center of Sustainable Studies believe that sustainable thinking is the beginning and the end, the first and the last, and the author and finisher of our budding architects' critical design thinking. Our vision is to create architects who will become the flag bearers of sustainable world through conscious sustainable education and hands-on training in sustainable building technology. Our mission is to create architects who would practice sustainable architecture consciously, to train 100%, I repeat, to train 100% of our faculty members to become IGBC accredited professionals who would become the mentors of the budding architects towards sustainable education. To train architecture students to design and build various environment-friendly building technologies and spaces through hands-on experience in live projects. To train students in appropriate building simulation software to understand the advantages and importance of both passive and active sustainable strategies through research of various combinations of these strategies. With all the above said, we at RVS decided in our Vision 2020 to partner, collaborate, or come under the umbrella of a premium and renowned institution in the country to train and certify both students and faculty in the field of sustainability. And this is our first batch in which all the 38 will be certified. Dear all, we are indeed immensely pleased to be associated with the most appreciated IGBC to take our visions to the next level and aim in promoting sustainable studies and technology to the future generation. Thank you.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
Mute.
Am I audible now, please?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, a few words about Padma Shri Architect C. N. Raghavendran Rao, sir. He is the chairman, IGBC Chennai chapter, and managing director of CR Narayan Rao Consultants Private Limited. And sir has actually he doesn't need any introduction as such, but then sir has been the founding member of IGBC Chennai chapter, and he had been the chairman for various advisory boards of Bureau of Energy Efficiency, then co-opted member of IAA and members of International Affairs Board of IAA and so on. And sir has been the recipient of awards, the coveted Padma Shri Award by from Honorable President of India during January 2011, and he has received the Distinguished Alumnus Award of IIT Kharagpur in August 2011, and he is also the recipient of All of Fame Award presented by IAA, and he was recognized officially for meritorious services to the Indian Institute of Architects and was awarded a plaque during the Golden Jubilee celebration of IAH Southern Chapter in October 2014. He is the recipient of Vocational Service Award of Excellence in the field of Architecture and Design in March 2011 by Rotary Club of Chennai Towers and the recipient of CWAB Platinum Award of Excellence in 2012. He was awarded CW Top Architects Award 2007, 2009 and 2010, and also the A-Stick Economic Times Award 2007 for being among India's top 10 architects by Construction World. Intelligent Building of the Year 2005 award was given by the US-based research organization called Intelligent Community Forum for the project in Cyber Tower at Mauritius, which was designed by Sir. The recipient of Patterson Cancer Center Award in 2003 and the recipient of the Architect of the Year 1996 Award from the Honorable Prime Minister of India of all India bases of Jawaharlal Nehru Multipurpose International Stadium at Kochi. Sir is also recipient of the Indian Institute of Architects Awards for Excellence in Design for Public Building category for the project of Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium at Chennai in 1995, and a special trophy commendation certificate for professional services rendered for Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, Chennai and the stadia designed for holding South Asian Federation Games 1995 was received from the Chief Minister, Government of Tamil Nadu. Sir has been motivator for many sustainable architects and likewise for us also to take up this program. May I request Sir to inaugurate our IGBC student chapter? Sir?
Yeah, now it's over to me.
Yes.
Yes, sir, please.
Thank you so much, all of you, from RVS Chennai, Padmavati School of Architecture. I mean, I sincerely thank the principal, professor, dean, and academic innovator, and all of you, and also my colleague Vivek for being the backbone of this effort to get this through. It's a very happy occasion that yet another student chapter is being strengthened, inaugurated and strengthened in Chennai. And it was a pleasure to hear the first part of this presentation about the school itself. You know, what all the speakers represented about the school and its goals and its vision is actually, path-breaking. I should say it's path-breaking. For the reason that, one thing I've seen is architects are never satisfied with the education that they receive in their colleges. It's not during the college, but even after the college, even several years after that, they always feel that, the architecture education could have been better, and, they have their own ideas of how to make an ordinary plus 12 student with no exposure to architecture into a very sensitive, sustainable architect of the future, responsible for the built environment, is a huge process. It's not a simple process of getting a degree in engineering or a degree in medicine. It's much more than that. It's actually changing the mind of people. It's changing the way of thinking. It's changing the sensitivity. So I find that architecture is quite unique, and quite naturally, architects have a million opinions about what education should be. And in that, everybody tries, but I'm very happy that RVS Institute has succeeded in actually bringing to front the fact that your school of change, and then also the sustainability center. All this is a wonderful initiative, and your way of teaching architecture, instead of the conventional system, is a very path-breaking way, and I'm sure you're actually strengthening what usually architectural education, or what any education for that matter, counts for. So education actually, learning actually transcends classroom. That's part of your curriculum. Learning is not in classroom. It's not taught. It is learned. It's learned through experience. It is learned through creating a mindset which receives the information and processes, and also sensitizes the person, and involves critical and creative thinking skills to be enhanced. This is a key purpose of any education. And I think architectural education in your school is actually moving in the right direction. And combine it with, what you said, interaction with communities and health style and encouragement, and also biophilia and natural, nature-oriented kind of education. These are all the cutting edge of what architects are being trained for. And I'm very, very happy that in Chennai, there's a school which is trying to make waves. And I wish the school all success. And I wish the school a glorious future and recognition in India and also across the globe. And the students are very well equipped after end of this course. And I'm sure the future generation can expect a lot of responsible action from them towards the environment and also towards the built environment. So this is just to summarize that your line of thinking is very much similar to what IGBC is doing. So there is a lot of synchronization between your philosophy and what IGBC practices. IGBC, as you would have known by now, was established in the year 2000, 2001. And its main purpose is to bring about sustainable development all around. All buildings should be sustainable. That is the goal. And where have they? Was it not an ambitious target? If you see the growth of IGBC from 2002, 2003 to today, it is humongous. In fact, if you draw a graph in terms of years and the number of buildings registered in terms of square footage, it's almost a steep vertical graph. We are crossing almost 7 to 8 billion square feet, and we'll be reaching soon the target of 1 million square feet of buildings registered for green building in this. Now, this is starting from a scratch of just having 20,000 square feet in 2003. So 20,000 to 1 billion is a huge jump for any issue. And today, if you look around, our life has been impacted so badly by this pandemic, and the sufferings are immense. Not a single community has been left out. Everybody, every industry, every scholar, every community and every industry and every kind of endeavor have been impacted by this. And, we are facing the challenges of rebuilding the whole country in future. And the hope is that we have a vaccine, and therefore vaccine can take care of it in a year or two, whatever it is, and then we'll all be back to growth path. I mean, that's the hope, and I hope that will come true. But if you look at the other challenge that the planet is facing, it's the climate challenge. Now, if you see this, out of the two challenges, it's often said that Corona is a bad pandemic, it's a global challenge, but you've got a vaccine against it. But it's climate change is a pandemic of a different sort. It's impacting lives of everybody, touches everybody's life, but there is no vaccine in it. What is a vaccine for climate change? So this is the challenge that we face. Plus the growth of the country, if you see the trajectory has been going up, and forgetting the temporary break that we have now, I'm sure India will take forward, take a jump off in future. And for architects who are graduating now, and who will be leaders of architecture, leaders of built environment, and leaders of construction industry, you will have tremendous opportunity. And there's no sky is the limit for you. Are we preparing you correctly for this challenge? So that's what is bugging all the institutions. And I'm sure I'm very happy that RVS College has hit the right path. Just coming back to IGBC, IGBC has been, we started with a lot of sensitization, awareness program, and then training program, and then multiple activities that IGBC has conducted at all levels to all stakeholders. It's whether it's architects, builders, government, or industries, or health industry and transport industry. Every field you can imagine, IGBC has made advanced progress to develop systems of rating. That is, a building is built, and the architect's role is that his vision has been translated into a building. Now, do we end there? The end is not just completion of the building, cutting the tape, and then let people occupy the building. That's not the end of it all. The end of it all is what happens to the building during its operation. Now, how does it perform? Now, what will happen to the environment because of the building? What damages it causes around? So, what is the impact of this building on the surroundings and the way it is operated and the way it's maintained? What challenges it throws the social infrastructure and also the basic infrastructure in the town itself in terms of power, water, waste, and pollution, and the whole lot of things. Therefore, that's where the post-occupation study is become very important. And for that, measurement is very, very important. Unless you measure, you can't evaluate. It's nice as an architect, as a student architect. We all used to draw, rooms, bedrooms, or whatever you draw, and draw a nice arrow showing how the wind will flow through the room. That's, it looks very convenient. But does it really move like that? How do you know? Have you ever done any studies to prove that, naturally, when you say the building is naturally ventilated, how well is it naturally ventilated? How do we know about it? We have no idea about how. We say our house is well lit, or the hospital bed is well lit. What is the standards? What is the standards for being well lit? So these are all measurable events, measurable items that we need to be educated about. Now, that's where IGBC has scored by specifying the performance indices for the building, and by careful measurements and sustainable measurements, IGBC determines what the building will contribute in terms of its sustainability towards the environment, and that's how the rating system is organized for different categories. Now, there's immense interest in green buildings in India, and it used to be hard sell. To get a client to do a green building, it used to be a very hard sell some 10, 15 years ago. But today it's not so. Today people are very well aware. People want green design. People want sustainable design. Whether they reduce water consumption in their gardening, whether they reduce water consumption in their toilets, or whether they reduce power, whatever it is, they see an immense immediate benefit. Apart from that, the lifestyle and health issues and built environment, the indoor environment, all these are now better understood than before. So people demand, therefore there's a huge demand for, in fact, the goal of IGBC that no building shall be non-green is coming true. It's already happening in several countries, and IGBC is going beyond this. IGBC is going to levels of net zero. Net zero means a building that doesn't rely on any services from the external sources or from natural resources. It produces enough water for itself. It treats its own waste, recycles it, reuses it. It produces its own power, and it treats its own waste. It doesn't throw anything out as a garbage. It doesn't throw anything out as a pollution to waterways and so on. So the area of, and also most importantly, net zero is important to build buildings which are highly carbon efficient in terms of in terms of the carbon footprint that it occupies. Now, every material that we use in buildings is produced in some way, some form of other. It's either industrial, or it's semi-industrial, or it's cottage industry, whatever it is. We put all this together and make a house or an office or a hospital or an airport. Now, therefore, every building has a built carbon footprint into it. Material may be very low carbon material. That when you for producing it, you don't require too much of energy, and it doesn't produce enough much of pollution and so on. But if you're going to transport it 5,000 kilometers, then it is no longer a green product. It's no longer a product with less energy. So this reduction of carbon footprint of buildings is a focus, because that hits at the root of the whole problem. That's one easy way of bring the carbon footprint build low. And if you reduce carbon consumptions, you know the benefits. I mean, all of you know the benefits of the danger of carbon, throwing burnt carbon into the atmosphere. We know we're all suffering on account of that, and we are still relying on materials like steel and cement, which are the worst offenders in terms of carbon footprint. So there is a lot of research going on. How do you replace this? There's a lot of tension between producers who invested a lot of money and these green activists who feel that this steel and cement are totally not recommended kind of material from carbon footprint point of view. So IGBC is moving into all these areas of zero water, zero waste, zero energy, and zero carbon footprint reduction of this. And that's where IGBC is going. So the future is going to be very challenging and very bright, and we have plenty of opportunities to grow. Therefore, it's important that the college keep itself very well. And it starts with what? It starts with the curriculum that the students undergo. So I found that the curriculum that was described earlier was so innovative, and such a huge change from what is conventionally taught. And I'm very happy. I mean, it brings out an architect who doesn't just read books or just give lectures, but actually practices sustainable development. So that's where the key change making happens. So I'm very happy about this. And lastly, I just want to mention about two things which also was touched upon by a principal. Architecture has grown a long way. It's come a long way. The buildings have come a long way from what it was. In fact, I passed out in 1965 from IIT Kharagpur. I took my BA. Now, I've been active since then in the practice of architecture. I mean, the way the idea of buildings were at that time and the idea of what buildings should be today are sea of change. Therefore, the compass of expectations coming out of the building is drastically changed. Therefore, today, say 30, 40 years ago, if you talk of somebody as a sustainable building or an environmentally friendly building, it is not understood. But today it is becoming a responsibility for the architects, because they are responsible for built environment. So it's tremendous, and we need a lot of understanding. We need an understanding of ecology and landscape. We need very good understanding of building physics. Unless we know building physics, we cannot. For instance, if you say, I have insulated the building, I've reduced the heat load coming in a country like ours, or in a country, very cold country, how do you keep the heat in is their problem. For us, how do you keep the heat out is a problem. And you can insulate the building. But how do you also ensure good ventilation, which is diametrically opposite of closing. The bigger the opening, the bigger radiation comes in. The bigger opening also gives in better ventilation. So if you reduce the windows opening sizes, then you get less air, less light, and you have other things. So balancing this requires a good knowledge of building physics and I'm very happy that this is also part of your, and the fact that architects today are multidisciplinary operators. It is no longer that, I sit as a master architect somewhere, and then I draw, I dictate, and then it's done. It's never like that. Today, buildings are so complex that an architect on his own can do nothing. Unless architect understands the structural engineer, he understands the mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, fire safety engineers, and all the codal provisions that require you to build buildings according to these important criteria. The architect has to acquire a good amount of knowledge of other allied fields. And we are not professionals in that, but we must be aware of it. You will work with specialists who are specialized in these areas, but unless we know the basics, we cannot be effectively integrating our design. So the whole final end result is that we are looking at, codes and standards. We're looking at building materials and assemblies, and we're looking at waste management. We're looking at various assessment methods of buildings. All this leads to what? All this leads to integrated building design. So integrated building is a deliverable that a responsible architect does, not only to the client or not only to satisfy himself, but is what architect does to the community and the future. So when you say, we are leaving behind something for the younger generation, for the next generation, for the generations beyond, if we don't practice a sustainable and integrated building design and environmental design, the future generations will not pardon the architects. So I'm very happy about this whole event, and I wish you to be very active in this student chapter. And I'm very happy that a lot of your students will take the IGBC seriously and take part of their training programs, take part in their associated accredited professional exams. I mean, all of you must become accredited professionals. All students, when they pass out, you must be an AP. In fact, the value of AP, if you take countries like US and UK and Europe, they don't care if you're an architect with some very well-known institution, or you have you're a member of so many professional bodies and so on. But if you are an AP, besides being an architect, your value in the market goes up. You are immediately employable. And not only that, in subsequent works, you are easily accepted by the community, the government, local body, and so on. So it's sacrosanct for an architect to become an AP in Western countries. India should fast become that kind of a situation should develop here. So I encourage all of you to take this seriously. The training program is fun. Please go through that. And, you have people like Rekha, wonderful person who does so dedicated, so knowledgeable, and so very articulate. These are kind of people that IGBC has. You can actually make your dreams come true, the college's vision come true. So I'm very happy about this collaboration. And I'll end by wishing the school all success, and I wish all the students great success. And I must really give a word of praise for these faculty for such a wonderful, innovative thinking. And, if you make a change, you're the change. You make the change. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. With your permission, I'll display the slides for the student.
Please.
So, officially, this is the certificate for our IGBC student chapter, and the institution itself has become the annual member of Indian Green Building Council. And we thank the management for supporting us to begin this visionary step forward. And it's without the management, this could not have happened at all. I'm just sharing. So this is the membership certificate of RVS Fatmavati School of Architecture for the annual member, and this is a certificate for the IGBC student chapter. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
very
Our
much.
gratitude and a big thank you for your wise, thought-provoking words to our budding architects on the latest research and green actions taken by the IGBC towards net zero, net energy, water waste management, and building physics, and the role expected from an IGBC accredited architect to deliver an integrated built environment and a sustainable building. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. And it's
Thank
been
you.
a great honor to have you on board for our inauguration program. You had been the first inspiration for many of the architects who had been accredited, and for us also, you had been the first inspiration and uh, a mentor. Sir, we would like you to be our mentor in our further steps also. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And with your permission, I'll leave the meeting.
Sir,
Thank you,
Sir,
sir.
we have,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Hello, sir.
Sorry, Rekha, I'm not able to stay back.
No problem, sir. No problem.
I mean, I've heard you many times. I'd like to hear you more times.
Definitely.
But this time I'll have to miss.
Sure.
Sir, just can I have a minute, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Sir, can I have just a minute, sir? Just a minute, maybe. So this is on behalf of our School of Change, sir. So this is going to happen only after the pandemic is over. Hoping everything will be okay very soon. So we have a very small request. It is like for you to visit our Center for Design and Innovation. So sometime after the pandemic is over, we want your gracious presence in our place. Then we'll be more than honored and happy, like to have your steps treading on our institution, sir. So we warmly welcome you. Yes, we solicit your presence, please, sir. Sometimes when you find the time after the pandemic is over, sir.
I'll
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
It'll be a pleasure, my pleasure to be there. Thank you.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
Vivek.
you. Thank you, sir.
Now, may I request architect Srireka, and before she starts, I'll just give a brief about her. Architect Srireka Maulati, she started her career in the 2007 in an architectural MNC before shifting to the field of green buildings. Presently, Srireka is involved with the green building activities of CII Godrej GBC, and she is in charge for IGBC Green Schools, Healthcare, and Landscape Rating System certification activities, and leads the team with engineers. She is involved in development of various green building rating systems and certifications. Also, she is handling green education activities of IGBC. She is an accredited professional, IGBC accredited professional, trained green building faculties and assessors, and she has been associated with CII IGBC since 2008. And I'm proud that I also got trained under her for the IGBC accredited professionals faculty member. Me and Mr. Shahir Ahmed had been trained by under her in the last month, and we did get certified. Ma'am, the arena is yours. Over to you, ma'am. Srireka,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that brief introduction about me. In fact, I feel little awkward saying that you all are the professionals and professors, and you been saying undertrained me. I am feeling little low, but thank you for that honor, and it's been wonderful to connecting to you. And we welcome all of you to our IGBC family. Thank you to the principal, ma'am, architect Amuta, and Binu sir, Mr. Rizvi, and also Kanumuzi, ma'am. So all of you, thank you for your participation, and all the students. So thank you for your time today. So let me share my small presentation. Hope my screen is visible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So yes. So yes, you all have heard from Raghavendran sir. It's always honorable to hear from him. His inspiring words. They have done so much of projects, and they have been the walking on whatever we talk. So they are the inspiration to us. So we hope definitely please consider his words and take you as part of your career. Now, as we have introduced you to now about IGBC student chapter officially, so let me take you to few things. Of course, few of the things already Raghavendran sir have highlighted. So I'll be taking in part of my presentation what we mean by green buildings. Maybe many of you are definitely aware of it, but just as in a definition, we would like to highlight it here, how the green building movement is growing in the country. And also, as I can see, your college has a greater vision, and you're working towards objective of making the students industry ready. So then when we are saying the industry ready, so what are the career opportunities in sustainability, which is the current global subject everyone are focusing, we are going to see it. So that will also be covered as part of my agenda. To start with, yes, the green buildings, the hot topic. So everyone has their own perspective of terming what is green buildings and sustainability. So from IGBC, we say the green building is the one which conserves the natural resources. See, this is very one important thing when we are talking about conserving natural resources, because we all agree that the demand is increasing, the population is increasing, so we get so many buildings are getting constructed. When we are getting constructed so many buildings, we are using a lot of natural raw materials, and also water, energy, all these forms of resources we are using. So at the same time, we can't say no to the demand is required for the development of the country. So maintaining that balance between the demand and whatever is depleting, how we can conserve it, that is what makes your building or whatever you are going to design as a sustainable. So that's the reason in the starting, the first point when we talk about the green buildings, we say that the green building is the one which conserves the natural resources. So obviously it will follow with using the less water in your building, using less energy consumption, and also generating less waste, because waste is also one of the important factor where we generate so much of waste and getting into the landfills and creating a lot of pollution to the environment and emitting gases, global warming, all these impact. So generating less waste is also important. And finally, buildings are for people. So we should definitely agree that whoever is occupying your project, they should feel comfortable. So we are trying to make our buildings more productive by providing the healthier space in the building. So this is what we define as a green building, and our all the concepts run across these major 5 elements. So what we talk about when we talk about green building, and if you compare to the conventional building, what makes really difference? Is it the appearance wise? Definitely not, because when you see outside from a building, whether it's a green building or a normal building, you'll not see any difference. And in you talk about the usage, definitely it will not change. If the building is constructed for the school or hospital or college, either it's a building, green building, or a non-green building, it's the same. The difference comes is on the operational savings. So as I clearly mentioned in the definition itself, we are going to save energy and water. So operational savings are also one of the important difference you will see in the green building from the day one itself. And of course, we are conserving the natural resources and improving the human comfort, the occupants, whoever is going to occupy this building. So that is what we are going to make difference. So having said that, of course, some of the things already the Raghavendra sir has highlighted how the green building movement is happening in the country. Let me just take few slides about it. So you all know we are from IGBC, so Indian Green Building Council. It has been formed in 2001 with a vision of providing sustainable built environment for all. So though the organization name says as a building, green building, but we are not just restricted to the building, we are moving beyond to the built environment. So wherever the human intervention is there, we should make sure that everything goes, the development goes in a sustainable way. And also another objective, main objective, India should be on the global map in terms of the green building. So we are also a founding member of World Green Building Council. So to just give you information, World Green Building Council is an organization with all the countries. More than 70 countries are part of this Green Building Council. where they're working globally towards the sustainability factors. And India GBC is one of the very active council in this World Green Building Council, and we have been doing many activities along with them. So this is where our movement started. So it's CI Godrej GBC building, the first platinum rated green building in the country. So as we thought, see, we are from the parent company CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, where it works towards the industry development. So when we are working for the industry development, we know that, yes, we all agree that construction industry is also growing rapidly. So 2 decades before, our parent organization CIA, when they want to make this construction industry also should go, the development should go in sustainable way, they thought, okay, let us practice it before we preach it. Let us showcase to the market that yes, the green buildings are possible to India. We can make it happen. So that's how this building has come up. In 2001 we started, and 2003 we occupied this building, and that time this was the first green building and highest platinum rated building. And I heard Binu sir was inviting Mr. Raghavendran sir to your college. So now I take this opportunity to invite you all also. So whenever you are in Hyderabad, so please make sure you can come to our center. So we have lot of
Sure, ma'am.
green building practices implemented in our project, so we can showcase you. So this is also one of the tourist spots, we say, especially to the architectural and engineering students. So this, as
Sure.
2 decades before, thank you, sir. So 2 decades before, we were just as a green building. Now we didn't stop there. We have moved on to the current global trend, which is about net zero. So people are not just talking about the reducing your consumptions, they're going beyond. Whatever you're consuming, you're giving it back by balancing it. So it can be net zero in terms of energy, the water, the waste, and even the carbon people are talking about. So our building before 2 years, we have converted it also to be net zero energy building, where we installed the new trend called bifacial solar panels, and all the power we are consuming, we are giving back to the grid. So this is a trend, and we are following that as well. So as I said, this movement has started with the first building in 2001 with 20,000 SFT. Now we are about 7.83 billion square foot of green building footprint, which makes India on top 3. So as I said, one of the vision was of IGBC was India to be on the top in the global map. So yes, we are already in that. So we are on the top 3 in terms of the green building footprint. So what are the services we do? Of course, being the council, we develop the guidelines, the rating systems or standards, whatever you call. So different rating systems are available. According to the project, they can apply and they go for the certification. So we do certification of these projects also, which are going green. In fact, in India, 85 to 90% of the market, whatever the green buildings are there, they have been certified or facilitated by IGBC. We also have membership activities. So we are glad that your college also has become member of IGBC. And we do green education activities. Of course, such awareness programs, training programs, courses, webinars, we do various things on the sustainability concepts, all come under green education activities. Also, for the people who are looking for the profession in the green buildings, we have exclusive exam, IGBC accredited professional exam. So where Kanimozi ma'am also was recently have been accredited. She has been accredited as IGBC accredited faculty. So we do have product certification also, because as the green buildings demand is increasing, there was also demand for products to be certified. So even the products on complete life cycle has been analyzed, and we certify the products. So we do publications. So these are the few briefs. And we have about 29 rating systems. So India GBC is the only council where in the world has 29 rating systems covering various building sectors. So it's not, we all agree that we can't compare a residential building to a factory or a school building to a commercial building. So exclusively to their building sector, we have these rating systems. So according to your building sector type, you can choose your rating system and you can go for the implementation of these guidelines and further certification. So all our green building rating systems and in your green education, so ma'am was mentioning you're also taking up green education. So these are the major 5 concepts or 5 modules or chapters we say where all the green building concepts go on. So starting with the site selection and planning, how you select your site, how you plan your site so that you have less impact on the environment, how you can do the water conservation in your building, how you can improve energy efficiency in your building, what are the sustainable building materials you can choose for building, and finally, how we can improve our indoors. So all these are the major 5 chapters under this. Again, we have a lot of topics to be covered. So when you're getting into your course, definitely you'll be getting more knowledge on these topics. So I would like to highlight you few impacts what the green buildings have created, because I'm talking about green buildings are good. Yes, we know they are doing good to the environment. Definitely always numbers show us more and more, they give us a confidence that yes, they are making sense. So the slide you are seeing here, so we have picked some 2000 about certified projects which are already operational and have seen what impact really they have created to the environment and especially in the country. So we have seen this 2000 plus certified projects, they have annually per year, they have saved about 8.7 billion units of power, which is equal to providing the power to the 10 million urban homes per year. So you can imagine how much of the energy is required for a home. 10 million urban homes have been saved by this 2000 projects. And about water, about 1 month water required, what is required for an urban city like Hyderabad, which is about 26.7 billion liters of water have been saved by this building per year again. And about the carbon emissions, because yes, for the global warming, carbon emissions is really important to be reduced. So about 8.1 million tons of carbon emissions have been reduced because of these green buildings. And in terms of waste also, during construction, the construction waste also has been reduced, and the post construction, the organic waste, about 3 lakh tons of organic waste have been reduced going to the landfills. They have been converted into composting and they have been used within the project. And even the solar panels, the alternative sources of energy, about 600 megawatt of solar panels have been installed. So what we are trying to say from this slide is, yes, green buildings are really making sense, and you can see these numbers which are proving that. And also another important thing for you all who are going to be your future professionals. So these are just 2000 projects which I am showing to you. But you all are students, then when you become future professionals and you do hundreds and hundreds of projects in your career, imagine how much savings you can get from each of your building you design when you convert it to a green building. So that's what we want you to definitely consider and make it as part of your design projects and implement them in future career. So having said, I said that, okay, you're going to be market ready. You wanted to be there and you're going to deal with your clients. Okay. The earlier slide shown you all the benefits, environmental benefits, savings, all is fine. So when you're dealing with your client will ask the question whenever you suggest something, is it going to cost me more? This is one of the important question and most frequently asked question. So how do you deal, being a professional, how do you deal with your client when he says, when you're suggesting, of course, some good thing, when he says, okay, is it costlier, then how I am going to manage it? So if are the green buildings are costly or do they cost more? I'll not say it is a no. Yes, there is a little incremental cost. It's quite common sense. See, if you're going to buy an efficient air conditioner, no, though our summer is finished, so if you're going to buy in the electrical appliances shop, if you compare to the normal AC and if you compare to the star BE 5-star rated air conditioner, the star rated air conditioner is high because its efficiency is high. It will reduce your energy bills. So same way in green buildings also, because we are using certain efficient efficient fixtures and appliances, the cost will increase. But at the same time, what you have to remember is your initial cost versus your life cycle cost. So though initially they are going to put additional investment, when we go for the life cycle of this building, they're going to get the energy savings, water savings and all. So their energy bills and water bills will reduce. So it will be compensated, and in fact, it will be getting into more beneficial also. So how it is beneficial, you will be seeing from this slide. So these are the few green buildings we have taken from the initial stage to the recent years. So you can see these are varied kind of buildings from different locations and different rating systems, ratings they have been awarded. So initially, when we have built our incremental cost, mean if you compare a 20,000 SFT conventional building, our building has costed us 18% more. Yes, 18% more. Suppose it's 1 crore, then it means 18% more, 1 crore, some again 18 lakhs, like that we have been increased. But what happened, whatever additional investment we have put, we got it back within 7 years. Within 7 years, because of our energy savings or energy bills and water bills, we got it back. Over the years, this 18% incremental cost has come down between 1 to 3%, because there is a lot of availability of materials have become easy. Now there is more awareness. So this incremental cost, what is required in green buildings has come down drastically from 18%. And even the payback period also has come down. You can see few examples here how this, sorry, this incremental cost has come down. In our building, we have used waterless urinals, which costed us 15,000 per unit. Nowadays, it's available 5,000 per unit, because it's available in the country, and the manufacturers are within the country, they are doing that. So if one piece, one equipment or the material, you are able to reduce so much cost. So overall, you can imagine, so availability made it more affordable. So green buildings are becoming more affordable these days. And also to encourage people going green, government is providing a lot of incentives. Many municipalities, the government authorities, they're giving the additional FAR. So being architects, maybe you will aware that they have to take the permissions, the floor area ratio. The developers are, if they're going for green building, they're getting additional FAR, so they can sell more and they can be profited. And also they have property tax rebates. So such kind of benefits government is giving to encourage green buildings. As I said, we have to green product certification. So 2000 plus products have been certified, and you can go to our website and you'll be able to see the list of certified products. So it's a life cycle analysis, as I said. So it includes from the raw materials to the manufacturing stage, the user stage, and to the end of the life cycle, how it is going to be recycled. All this will be analyzed in green product certification and be certified. So coming to your student chapter, what we have launched today in RVS college. So how we can take it further, the activities, how you can get involved with IGBC, what are the steps you can take, few things we'd like to highlight. We can do varied awareness programs. So besides the green education, your course to your different, because it's a vast subject, as Raghavendra sir was mentioning, we have to learn and learn. There is a lot of knowledge to be there. So on individual topics also, suppose only on the net zero carbon, or only on you want to know about the wastewater treatment systems, or different concepts, whatever you want to do, various awareness sessions, IGBC can provide that faculty, and we can do the awareness programs on the concepts. We can be participating, you can, from your college, you can participate in the social activities. So where you can spread information on these green buildings and sustainability activities to the society as well. And you can participate in our World Green Building Week. Every year, September 3rd week, we celebrate World Green Building Week celebrations. So you can be part of it, and you can do various activities, competitions and all. Of course, my colleague Vivek is based in Chennai itself, so he'll be in regular touch and he'll be sharing the information to you all about this. So these are the few past celebrations which have been done by various chapters. And also you can participate in our international conference, Green Building Congress. It's an international conference where you'll have the experts from the country and globally part of it. And there is a lot of networking, a lot of information, and there is exhibition also. So you'll know about the new materials also. And every year we do architectural design competition as part of this conference to the architectural students. So you can participate in this also. So you can see on the picture, this is one of the architectural design competition winners receiving their prizes from the governor of our Telangana and the other dignitaries on the stage. And also definitely we can do a lot of industry academia interaction, so we can be participating in training and various things. And coming to the last part of it, I'll take just 5 more minutes. I don't know if I've crossed the time. So just about green education and the career opportunities, which is more important. So how really it's important, why it is so. So we have seen that the growth of Indian green building sector is growing rapidly. So every year they say that there is a growth between 8 to 10%. And also they say that in next 20 years, this growth from 20 billion, it is going to be 100 billion square feet. So if you imagine, say now, of course, whatever the green building numbers I have indicated earlier slides, those are just hardly single digit percentages of the construction which is going in the country. So if we imagine in the future also, out of this 100 billion, at least if the 5 to 10% of the construction, if they are going green, there is lot of demand required for the professionals also who are going to implement them. So according to our surveys in the industry and the market, they say that there is a requirement of 1 lakh trained green building professionals every year. So when I'm saying trained professionals, you need not be thinking that architects, they'll be taken hired by only architectural firms, but there is a requirement, the government, the private sector, the developers, the corporates also, they're having their own sustainability cells. So they would require for the contractors, the project management, of course, and the new entrepreneurs which are coming, they are looking. So there is varied people are looking forward, and there is a lot of requirement for it. And even government is encouraging this and towards the development, they are providing smart cities. We all know government is initiated the Swachh Bharat mission, the ECBC compliance, energy conservation building code, and which is by the Ministry of Power under Bureau of Energy Efficiency, which is becoming mandatory for many of the municipalities and the authorities. So all these places, when the new development are coming, these all are definitely related to sustainability factors. And people are looking forward for the green building professionals, and there is enormous opportunities available in this. And also, besides this, what are the other emerging trends have come because of green buildings are, of course, green building consultants are there who provide awareness to the projects, and they certify, help the projects in certification. Energy simulators, commissioning agents, trainers on the green building program, and also third-party assessor who assists during the certification programs. These are the few other new services have come because of green buildings, and opportunities are available for the country. So in this 2-3 slides, you have seen that yes, there is a lot of opportunities available, and there is a requirement for such professionals in the market. So with this, so IGBC has developed a green education program with a vision to train more and more trained green building professionals in the market. And also another objective is to have the facilitate the academy and industry linkage and make the students industry ready, which is just in line with what your college is looking forward for the main objective. So the green education program has been launched, and these are the benefits to the students who are participating in this. They get accredited as IGBC AP associate. They get exposure to the lot of green building concepts, not only for design or construction stage, even at the operational level, what are the concepts they can take away that will be there as part of the course. Of course, once the pandemic ends, we will also facilitate project students, they can visit the certified projects so that they can have the hands-on experience. and what are the new trends are happening. You'll be getting the exposure. And also, when you become professional, not only about concepts and implementation, you will come across clients who are looking for the green building certification also. So then you should be aware that what are the rating systems, how to do the documentation, how to get certification and all. So you will also get exposure about IGBC rating systems and processes as part of this course. And as we are from the industry, we have already given information to all our industry members. So whenever they're hiring, if the participant or the candidate has IGBC AP or IGBC AP associate certificate, that clearly shows that they are trained on it and they can prefer them as a superior compared to the others. So you have a good opportunity. So this IGBC AP associate will be add on to your education qualification. So overall, generally, we have designed this course for the 45 hours semester program. For one semester. They can run the course covering all the concepts which I have indicated earlier. And the benefits to the institute and faculty also will be there, because again, faculty will get to know about new trends and what are they happening, and they get connecting to the network, to the industry. And also, if you would like us to facilitate any webinars from the industry experts also, like you want from the HVAC industry, one of the senior person to come and speak, we can also facilitate that. So such kind of things we can do, and institution also can get better network. And even the faculty who are going through these programs, they get trained, accredited as IGBC accredited faculty. So methodology in green education we are following is, we are tying up with education institutes like we did to you, and we train the trainers, and then this trained faculty train the students. And in between, IGBC can always do the exclusive webinars, and we can clear your doubts if you have anything additional support we can provide. And after the course, students take the exam and they get accredited as IGBC AP associate. Besides the semester course, IGBC is also running exclusive courses online. When this pandemic started, so we have started online courses also. So whoever the students are interested, they can directly enroll for the online courses as well. And faculty, we are happy to inform that we have our green education has been recognized by ASCT, and so this has been recognized as one of the emerging subject, the green buildings. And we are every year we are approved to do 5 FTPs as a faculty development program. So faculty other than Kanimuzi ma'am and the sir who have participated, who if there are the other faculty who would like to get trained, they can participate in this faculty development programs also and get accredited as IGBC accredited faculty. And this is also another initiative for faculties. So we do, besides the training, this is one thing called IGBC Green League, where they participate in the training. At the end, they'll have attend the quiz, and whoever wins, they get the cash prize also. So the first phase of this is already completed last month, and next month we are going to have 10 to 14th August. So if any faculty are interested, they can participate in this as well. So I would like to sum up saying that yes, green buildings are need of the hour, and it's not only we are doing good to the environment. As being, when you are architect and we are going to become a professional, see, sometimes we ask ourselves, is it what I'm making any difference to society, or even to my country? So when we are doing all these green building principles, if you are doing in your projects, you are doing good to the environment. So you'll have that sense of pride that yes, in a way I am contributing to the society. So with that final steps, so thank you all for your patience listening. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to take. And my email ID is also indicated. I'll be always available for you. Thank you all.
Students, if you have any questions, you can ask now. Students? Okay.
Ma'am, I have a question. So, faculty தான first question கேட்கணும். அப்பதான
Yes,
students
sir.
கேட்க ஆரம்பிக்கிறாங்க. Since you're mentioning that AICT has also recognized this as a program, uh, we believe that this is going to also become credit based. So if students வந்து அவங்களோட credit இப்போ Anna University they have other programs that they do which is value added programs. Our principal ma'am is also a committee member in the board of studies. So there is always this discussion about credit system and acknowledgement. So since once a student becomes an IGBC accredited student, அவங்க வந்து ஸ்டூடெண்டா இருந்து அவங்க பிராக்டிஸ் குள்ள போகும்போது that accreditation continues, correct? They don't have to get accredited again. Do they have to do it again?
See, for the students right now, after IGBC AP we have launched, we have seen that some 20 to 30% of in that they were students. So we understood that yes, students are also more and more showing interest. So that's the reason we got another reason where we got this green education program. And students we are accrediting separately as IGBC AP associate. Why this difference? Just to show that yes, there are APs who are experienced, APC associates who have been trained, they're budding, and they can definitely implement it. So these AP associates can be also then they can upgrade them to the IGBC AP if they show they have already having 2 years of experience and they have worked in few projects related to green buildings and all. So based on that, we can upgrade their credentials. So that can be done.
So that means they're once they finish, they just have to upgrade it into getting it.
Yes.
நிறைய ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு வந்து ஒரு டவுட் இருக்கு. நான் ஸ்டூடெண்டா
Right. Yeah. Right now, students will get as IGBC AP associate certificate. So after the 2 years of experience and they show their work experience and all, we will see their credentials and upgrade them to IGBC AP.
In terms of credentials, I think we will have our own projects in which students will work.
Yes.
That's good enough. And the experience counts after finishing the course or after finishing the IGBC training?
After finishing their education.
After finishing their 5 years. Thank you, ma'am.
And AICT, another credit points as you were mentioning, sir, especially for the architecture, because the AICT, they are more connected to the engineering colleges. They have their authorities. But for architecture colleges, we have COA also. So they have to get integrated with them also. We are in discussions with them also. But right now, what colleges are doing, colleges have authority for them also to give some credits on the special elective courses and all. So as part of that, they're considering the credits and they're awarding to them, whoever the students are taking it. But once, yes, COE also has approved, I think it will get into architecture colleges also.
That will be a big leap for every student.
Yes. I agree.
Any other questions, students? Okay, I think that brings us to the end of the session. And thank you a lot, ma'am, for enlightening presentation of IGBC's activities and the impact of its activities on the reduction of carbon footprint and the new and existing buildings both can become green. So that was a real knowledge which the students would have gained, and as well the faculty members who are here, they had a great opportunity to attend your sessions. It was quite enlightening. And thanks a lot, ma'am, and we expect your association with us throughout in this path towards sustainable education. Thanks a lot, and I thank each and everyone, and I thank each and everyone who had spent their time well in this day on holiday. It's a bucket, and all of us had spent our time there, and I request
I would also
all of you
like
should
to thank
take this up.
Vivek.
Yes.
Vivek.
Vivek. Yeah, he had been the backbone for organizing this program. He had struggled so much to get CNR sir. Constantly had been pestering him, and he had been very patient with us for getting CNR sir on board for this program. And it's been a great opportunity for us to have his wise words, to hear his wise words, and hope students would make the best out of it. And our goal towards the sustainable education and the Center for Sustainable Studies go through. And we assure that our path-breaking uh, education system will definitely produce more and more of architects who are involved in the sustainable future. And I look forward in a period of 5 or 10 years to be the forerunner for all the sustainable studies. RVS Chennai will become the forerunner and the flag bearer for sustainable studies and for setting up a newer goal or newer style of taking architecture education to the next level in the international forum. Thank you all. Thank you all, and the management has provided us the free hands, and they had been contributing to us. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? You can do this. So whenever it was taken to them with the suggestion from our faculty members, from our innovators, they had been the great support for us to make this happen, and they will definitely support us and have the confidence in them. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you all. Thank you.